Shimmering and beautiful, the clean freshwater lakes and streams of northern Michigan provide essential habitat for fish and wildlife and recreation for tens of thousands of people. Water drives our economy, and it's central to our sense of place. Of course, the natural resources are always changing, and human activities accelerate those changes. With more and more development, the arrival of invasive species like zebra mussels, and the rapidly changing climate, what's happening to the water? Are small changes starting to add up? How shall we manage these changes? Water scientist and Leelanau Conservancy volunteer Dr. Tim Kilty says the only way to answer these questions is through long-term monitoring. Luckily for Leelanau County, Kilty helped design and launch a volunteer water sampling program with the Conservancy over 25 years ago.
The real benefit of the program is that consistency and commitment to the long term will let you determine in a scientifically valid manner a true trend, whether it be good or bad, and we've had both essentially.
These days, the Leelanau Conservancy dedicates staff and coordinates volunteers to carry on the stream and lake monitoring program for Leelanau County. Here's the Conservancy's Yarrow Brown.
This is our stream sampling equipment. So our stream sampling box has everything a volunteer would need to go into the field sampling. This is our flow meter, so this attaches to a rod that we measure the depth and the width with and calculates velocity per second.
Brown coordinates the water monitoring program and joins some of the stream sampling efforts with AmeriCorps member Leah Robison.
We really feel that we're not just protecting upland. We protect a lot of stream frontage, lake frontage, and what we call the upland groundwater recharge areas or forests. It's directly related to our work in the sense that we want to make sure we're protecting property that would directly help to contribute to protecting our lakes and streams. So we focus on wetlands, properties on or near water bodies, and we also use the data from this program for our watershed planning purposes. We now have 5 approved watershed plans in our county that are state and federally approved, and they allow us to leverage funding for land protection.
Retired from the Leelanau Conservancy, Brian Price now does the lake water sampling and monitoring. He uses the same methods and procedures designed by Kilty decades ago, assuring consistency in the data.
When zebra mussels got in the lakes, that's been by far the biggest change we've seen. And we were able, because of our data set, we were able to get significant dollars from the state DNR, the federal EPA, to study the effects, because we had before and we were going to have after data. And we're talking in a region of oligotrophic lakes. It's incredibly unique, and we've got this beautiful data set and did some real pioneering work on the influence of zebra mussels in these lakes.
The water quality monitoring program has also helped to educate waterfront owners about the need to control pollutants such as phosphorus.
Development is going to influence phosphorus, and we've been measuring it and it literally came down, and I think that was a lot of awareness with lake associations, seeing the data, seeing stuff in action.
Last year, Professor Steve Kohler and his students began collecting new ecological information about the lakes and streams of Leelanau County. In cooperation with the Leelanau Conservancy, Kohler's team is sampling the bottom-dwelling organisms known as benthic macroinvertebrates, which are very sensitive to changes in the environment.
I think the work that we're doing for the Conservancy will provide the most valuable data that they will have, that they can use to detect changes in these ecosystems over time.
Although time-consuming and expensive, monitoring efforts like these help resource experts detect changes in water quality over time. Ultimately, that information shows all of us how well we're doing in protecting and preserving the lakes and streams of northern Michigan.
The things that are occurring, in general, say in Michigan, climate change is going to be a huge driver of change. Already is, and will continue to be a huge driver everywhere. We expect temperatures to increase, precipitation patterns to change, will probably become, and not only the amount, but how that precipitation is delivered, and the extreme events are going to become more frequently. Have more flash flooding, that kind of thing.
The work that we're doing is directly related to monitoring change. We want to know if what invasive species are going to be coming in as the temperature and the climate changes. We're doing that on all of the properties we own and manage. We're going to see the conservation values that we've protected change over time. We're seeing our forests being managed for removing dead and, dying ash and beech, and so what is going to come in? Thinking about water quality, I think we will definitely see changes to our lakes and streams as we get more significant events related to climate change.